been blessed with a ton of rain, maybe even too much. What, like 4 inches in the past 6 days, 7 days? Yeah, close to it. We need to get this beautiful 8S305 Massey on film before we get it all muddy. Oh my goodness, she's beautiful. Agco, Massey Ferguson, and Lau & Young have treated us so well this year. They've got us on a demo tedder. They found us an 1842S Baler when it was really difficult to get one. Thanks to them, especially Lau & Young, they are letting us demo this 8S305. We really ideally would like to get it on a large square baler, so we're hoping we still have a little bit of season left to get out there and bale a little hay with this puppy. But right now we are putting it on our unreferred grain cart for some corn harvest here at the beautiful Conrad's farm, Conrad's Grain Farm. So we'll get it hooked up to the unreferred, see if we can figure out what we're doing in here. It's very similar to our 7S210. We should kind of look like we know what we're doing. There is a little bit of advanced programming in there, so we'll dive right into it. This model appears to have, looks like 4 hydraulics we can choose from. You obviously got your ISO. This has air brakes, which took me forever to figure out because there is actually a parking brake for the air system up in the cab. So Carl was sitting there laughing at me because I couldn't get the tractor to move. We don't have any tractors with an air system. That was new to us, or new to me at least. As of now, I have no idea how it performs, but golly, is it beautiful. And fairly quiet, too. Gotta go up a pinch, I think. Okay. Oh, yeah. Smooth. Well, the camera's flipped the wrong way, but we got her in. Locked and loaded. PTO hydraulics, and we'll get this puppy in the field. How was your first experience backing it up? What's going through your head?
Trying to figure out some buttons here.
It's got air brakes, too, or whatever. This little thing releases the air.
Oh.
So you got your normal parking brake down here. I guess normal, whatever that is. And then this releases the air.
Oh, so that will stay out.
Yeah.
You must have pushed it in.
Maybe. I already don't remember. So right off the bat, we're all kind of flubbed up here. We got some lines mixed up, and you always try to dial in the hydraulics the way it's most user-friendly. But what's cool is we're plugging in lines and seeing what's going on. Then you can come here and you can actually change. So Justin thinks something's plugged into valve 3, but if you realize it's not, or it'd be more convenient over here on the joystick or even on valve 5, you just pop right here, change valve 3 to valve 5 or whatever you want, some weird combination. That's pretty user-friendly. So right now I have it, valve 1 is up and down, valve 2 is left and right, and then valves 3, 4, and 5 just are correlated to 3, 4, and 5. But you can change whatever you want to any of these. What do you want me to try?
All of it.
3. 3 is up and down on the spout way over there. Can we see it on camera? Okay. I'm probably gonna put that on the joystick. Right now 3 is moving the spout, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that to up and down on the joystick. Valve 3. There we go. Let's see what we got now. Yeah, all right. Cool. What do we think? Yeah, park brakes off. How to move the tractor. How do we get going? I don't hardly remember how to run the grain cart, and here I am in a new tractor. You got to be able to do it all. Compared to like the 7S210, you have your center console.
I did 360 here.
Oh, you're filming yourself? You got to triple tap it. You're up here this time.
Yeah, now I'm over there. That's where I was trying to go.
I'm gonna put the spouts on. What was that again? 4?
You're the Massey man.
I know.
I'd already had probably 5 dumps in the John.
What's 5? 5's doing it.
Did you adjust the flows at all?
Why do we got grain in there?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
She's got
to get muddy. We got her in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Ground conditions are less than perfect, I think we'd say.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find the old man. He's hammering down.
Got a lot of acres on her.
All right, the first thing I guess we'll test out is
rideability.
Right.
How's rideability doing?
Actually, my seat's smooth.
It is pretty good.
It is pretty smooth, actually. It sounds worse than it feels. In pursuit.
He's ready for you.
Got the tarp off?
Yeah.
How fast do you think he's running? 3.5?
3 probably, my guess.
That's what you never know about the grain cart. Do you adjust? Does the driver adjust?
No.
Everyone has different philosophies.
The combine always adjusts.
Not with him sometimes.
Well, you set a speed and then he'll fill it up however he wants.
Yeah, but it might not make him too happy.
Yeah, right, sometimes, but if you keep adjusting your speed and say he's trying to fill the cart to maximum, you're going forward, you're going faster, he's slowing down, you're speeding up, he's going slower, so it kind of...
So, I apologize about the IVT. I think I can set a speed. I think I can go to like the C1 or C2.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I can just set those to probably like 3 miles an hour, and maybe I'll just ride up on them and tap it, and then I'll be at a constant whatever.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And then I can also call him and be like, hey, you want to dump it 3 miles an hour? I'm just going to avoid calling him.
Yeah, that's what you do. So now, are you picking a row to go off of, or you're kind of just...
I'm kind of running my tire over that one. It seems to be pretty well centered. Well, I guess I'd be 4 rows over. I have the middle of my front right tire.
All right. So how do you think your first dump went?
Now it's looking at me. The first dump was pretty good. First dump of the season, first dump in the tractor, first dump for the rest of the year, I guess. You know, the cup holders, no, I didn't quite know. I didn't know what this really was. Ashtray.
I don't think they do that anymore. Kind of looks like it though, right?
So I think this thing, Agco, Lau and Young treated us well, man. I think it's only got 6 hours.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
see if I can.
What do you got on your other screen over there? Your middle screen.
Yeah, I got the weight in the buggy. I'll keep playing.
I think you got all kinds of options on your seat too.
Yeah,
From what
think
I saw, you don't even have your armrest down.
No, I don't.
I think you got heated seat.
Is there heat?
I think so.
Oh yeah, down. Well, no, that's like forward and backwards.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
forward, backwards. There's a couple levers behind you. You got heat and cool.
Yeah, heat and cool.
Mm-hmm. There's a fan that looks like it would be doing.
That's better than my personal vehicle.
Really? It's got good room in here,
Yeah,
though.
it does.
I mean, it's got good visibility.
Great visibility. It's got a moonroof here.
Moonroof, huh? I think that's an escape hatch.
I don't
look
think
at that.
you're getting out from there. The first dump with the new person, PJ Mott. Are you nervous?
No.
All right, we're giving it some gear. You got the easier of the 2 dumps because we're not on the move.
Really?
Kind of anyone could do this. So now who adjusts when you're stationary?
He does.
He still does.
Yeah.
So
I
Justin,
can't see what's going on in there.
Where?
In the buggy.
Why?
Well, you know, like he's loading it. He
Oh,
put
yeah,
it in there, and he
yeah.
knows exactly, you know. So
So this buggy has cameras. We don't have them.
I don't think it's got
This
any
one
in the
doesn't?
bin one. This
Oh,
one don't have any
okay.
bin. So I mean, typically when it's wet like this, you try to load the buggy,
Yeah.
you know, somewhat even. You don't want to put it all on the tractor, and you want to make sure you don't put it all on the back either, because then you
Yeah.
ain't got no weight on the tractor. So I don't run these very often.
I know.
Massies.
Well, Matt, yeah, you actually don't.
No.
You get in the bearing
I
a
like
little
the
bit.
Yeah, the bundler one is nice. What is that? A 175?
It's a 165.
165.
Yep. But it's got
It's smooth.
it's got the same type of
Control.
transmission and control. And the 210 has that as well.
3-point in the front.
Yeah, that's a little bit new. But as far as most of that, it's pretty similar. The newest thing is just that side console
that's
that's
pretty
not
neat.
here, which I think I like because you got a little more visibility here.
Mm-hmm. It's got great visibility.
So we got a little 2-for-1 thing going on. I got you filmed in the drone and in the cab. This should make some serious content here. So the first thing you noticed, which is a comparison just to what we normally run the 7260, that front weight and mount.
This is the back.
Yeah, that's the back PTO. That sticks way out, so you got to be careful turning into the truck. A lot going on, huh?
Yeah,
For the first dump.
first dump. We don't want to spill on the first one.
No, save that for night. Looks like you're approaching half full, according to the drone footage. So how do you like having the hydraulics on the joystick there to change the...
For the spout? That's
Yeah,
pretty
for the
cool,
spout. That is pretty nice. Should get more intuitive. Yeah, we need to trim some more. That's a nice pile too. Deer pile. We're not on auto, we're just gonna run it. Okay, and then, so you can also use your foot pedal then if you're
Yeah.
wanting to. I think so. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
a little bit of that. More like a vehicle. I think that because I didn't get a lot of cool footage when we had the brand new Massey 8S305 on the grain cart, that we'll just continue on by using the brand new Massey 8S305 on the large square baler. So here we are probably 4 or 5 days later. We finally got it hooked up to the 3x4. It just looks beautiful. It's got a little bit of corn and corn material in the back of it. Not a huge fan of that, but we got it lined up and golly, it's just beautiful. I mean, for a non-biological object, it is beauty. I think that is peak forage performance. Anyways, we have the Spencer farm down here. We have 120-ish acres down. We have a little bit of grass on the far end. We have pretty much pure alfalfa at this point. This is 4th cutting alfalfa, 3rd cutting grass over there. New seeding way back there. I don't know if you can tell. But I am gonna run the 3x4 baler on the outside rounds and back in some little wooded pieces because it's a little more wet, and wet large squares are a pinch easier to dry than bundles. When you start drying bundles over like 25% or so, they don't stay together that well. We'll large square and be safe. But right now, Justin and I are gonna follow behind. I think we'll run 5 small squares today, get the weights dialed in, and let them do their thing. I am certain we will be drying this. It is September 22nd. These days are just short. If we wanted to get this totally dry enough to sit in a bundle, we would have had to ted it again and everything. We opted not to do that, and by not tedding and putting it in a window early, it is just riddled with leaves. The top is very dry. The bottom has a touch of dampness. I'm guessing it's gonna probably between 19 and 24%, which is just fine, but that does mean we'll have to dry it. But that's okay because they completed the last center truss today and the dryer is almost undercover. I don't know if they're waiting for me to drop my hand like a race or what. I think they're ready to go. Are they waiting for you to? There we go. Justin, pick up some of this leaf. Let me see the leaf in your hands. Oh, goodness. I got a hard picture to see. It is. Just green. So we do have plenty of dust. The windrows are not huge. Respectable for fourth cutting, maybe, depending on who you are. Let's see what's coming out the back end. Something beautiful, that's for sure. Oh. Nice. That one's heavy. It's the first one out of the chamber, though. I'm sure it had quite a bit of drag. Well, let's see what a flake looked like while it's broken. Pretty good. Bob's is not even putting a string on. Safety first, we shut the PTO down. Okay. For some reason, it just wasn't even through the needle down here.
It wasn't through the needle?
No. So we'll just run it back through. Oh, that's pulling hard.
Yeah, let me see it in the bottom.
Pulling really hard. With that minor breakdown, we didn't dial anyone's weight in, nor get a good idea of the moisture, but here we are.
I kind of had you on camera,
yeah.
But then I lost it.
Yeah, we lost it, so. All right, let's see what kind of weight we got. Probably too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, 54. I lost Justin with the scale over there, but I think we got him dialed in. Look at the color and the leaf. Goodness gracious. There's just a hint of grass in here, which is cool. I like saying it's like heavy alfalfa with light grass because then sometimes you get the pure alfalfa crowd just because it's really nice. And you also capture some of the people who want to mix just because it's also really nice. So I think by saying there's a slight mix, it opens you up to a bunch of different customers, which is cool. It's not terribly heavy. I don't know if it's going to be 20 bale hay, 20 bale per acre, but it's worth getting out here and doing, that's for sure. So it's not the best we've ever done with leaf just because we lost a lot of humidity today, but pretty nice. 16. Justin, this poor guy cannot get away from nodder issues today. He hops in the Baron, and no sooner than one bundle, he's down. So we'll see what's happening. Hey, how come you can't get anything to tie today?
This was locked up from being in the barn.
Oh.
Kevin told me.
I see. So that ramp, you kind of put it in float, we're in the field. You think, yeah, it looks tied. All righty.
All right.
Kevin is over there hitting it. That's what's awesome about having operators, not just steering wheel holders. Kevin was looking out at Justin. He noticed his last bundle didn't drop correctly. It kind of went cattywampus when it hit the ground. Calls Justin, says, hey, your ramp's not set right. Justin wouldn't have known until he went down and made 2 more bundles and turned around that there was something potentially wrong. So that's really good. That's what you want to have in the field. Everyone looking out for each other. Because at the end of the day, it makes everyone's life easier. These cattywampus bundles won't go into the dryer very well. They don't go into the dryer very well. They won't come out of the dryer very well. They'll be hard to stack. It all starts here in the field. Oh, she's coming. There we go. And Kevin's about to drop one. Double whammy, what a miracle moment. Nice looking bundle, super green, super earthy. A lot of leaf hanging on the stem. There's 2 sides to every alfalfa bale in case no one's ever told you. One side where the plunger's not continuously beating, usually looks a little bit nicer. Then if you go to the other side, it'll look a little bit stemmier because the plunger was beating on it for a while, bashing it like that. So, and it does a little stemmier, but nice hay. Well, they baled that in a whopping 5 minutes. So here we are, we moved on to the grass piece, which looks really nice, should be super dry. And the management headache, I gotta adjust the weights once again because this grass is super dry. So I know it's gonna be light. A little bit different sized windrows here in the grass, huh? I stopped everyone because we gotta get the weights dialed back in. This is really dry and different material. They teach you that in school?
No.
How to make bale weights?
Maybe not yet.
No? Look at the pups over there. That's Fido. Yeah, I just hit my 8,500 step goal. Let's see here, probe this for me. Low. Would you look at that? We still know how to make dry hay.
I guess.
The other stuff wasn't very dry.
Was it?
No.
What was that?
Like 24. All right, I guessed. I set it comparable to my mom's, see what kind of weight we get. We'll want to put these together too. First one's out of the chamber. There's the difference between alfalfa and grass, right, Jay? 13. Let's see if we guessed right. Oh yeah, let's see. I think that's about perfect. Oh, right on the money, 45. So this grass has virtually no stem this time of year, this orchard grass. So it dries very easily. So this was mowed the exact same day, tedded twice. Very similar practices to the alfalfa. There's just no stem to it. So it's a drier, it's easier product to get dry. So we came over here and we had to bump the bale weights up quite a bit to maintain that 45-pound bale weight we wanted. Over there we had the balers making about anywhere from like 50 to 53 pounds. We're probably gonna take 7 to 8 pounds of moisture out of that. Hopefully get us somewhere around a 45-pound bale by the time it's dried. And here, we're not gonna dry this, just spit out a 45-pound bale, put it in the barn and sell it. Second and third cutting beautiful orchard grass without foxtail sells so easily. I wish we had barns full of it. Back to regular programming, back to the main content of the video. We are going to run this 305 horsepower beast along the outside wet rows, and we'll see how it pulls the baler. That's the whole idea. If we do buy this tractor, it's going to do tillage, it's going to do a host of issues like any tractor on any farm does, but it will run the baler a lot, so that's what we needed to do. Let's hear a purr. Oops. See what I got here. What am I doing wrong? Well, I can't even turn it on. Alrighty, so we got the fancy dual screens going on. I don't really know what I'd like to put down here. If I had a moisture meter or something, I might throw it down here, but I don't. I got the baler up here. Let's see, this is gonna be slightly wet hay, so we're gonna want the pressure to be pretty low. 105 might be okay. Gonna pop the PTO on. She's humming. I don't even feel the vibrations in this tractor. I believe we have the pickup on the stick right there. And that's really the only, no, I don't want it in float, so I'm gonna go in here, remove floats from, crank it up to 1,000. All right, so we're in auto, crank it up to 1,000. Now we're rocking a little bit. Okay, and also what's a little bit annoying about this is we had the chamber of this baler empty. So I'm gonna need to go and make like a 30-stroke bale, tie it off, and then hopefully the bales behind it should be okay. Just let the machine try to make its own 92-inch bale when the chamber's empty. It hardly works, and sometimes they'll come out and they're like 10 foot long. So we're gonna manually tie off one when it hits, I don't know, right around 28 to 30 flakes, we'll tie one off. That should get everything going again. It's going to take a while to tell me which direction to drive because everything's emptied out, so I'm just going to try my best to be centered on the rows. Right off the rip, I mean, this is extremely smooth. I can hardly even feel the plunge of the baler. Even in the John Deere's, when we had the 7260 on it, you feel the plunge. This is very smooth. I'm quite enjoying myself in this. This tractor honestly feels like it was built for this baler. This has plenty of power. I don't feel the plunge at all. The comfort of driving this baler. You don't usually have this much comfort driving a large square. Usually that plunger, I mean, that flywheel turns pretty hard. You really feel the plunger back and forth, and I don't feel anything. I feel like I'm in an F-150 cruising down the highway. All right, let's check the quality of the product out of the back end. And it's also very quiet in this cab too. Sometimes I don't know if you can tell background noise with the camera, but I don't have the radio on. I don't even need it. This is quiet. Really enjoying myself. I wish there was more to bale for this, but I'm probably only gonna end up making about 10 bales. I'm gonna go over in the woods, make a little bit. Oh my Lanta. 16.4, 15.9. I sort of expected that with the outside rounds, but that's not bad. This will dry right off. Yep, so that right there is why we are large squaring. The eastern side of this farm and half the field is shaded the entire day, but the last 20 feet closest to the woods is shaded, pretty much always shaded. So this time of year we always have trouble getting that end dry. For fear of sounding like a broken record, I just went through our path through the woods here. This tractor is so smooth. I mean, it's just crazy. You don't always get to be comfortable at your job. Farming is farming, you do whatever, but man, when you're in a nice cab doing an activity where you're usually getting lugged around and it's not that smooth, and all of a sudden it's really smooth, it really makes you pretty happy. Well, anyways, here we're in this tiny little field that's already all shaded. That's why I had the large square back here. There's not much over here this time of year. We didn't even rake. I don't even know if that's 70 feet from the woods. Didn't even rake it because there's not much over there, and it's surely not dry. Got a couple windrows. We'll fly around here. That'll be it. Almost it for the season.
Nice looking unit there. JB on his last pass. I think he really likes that tractor and baler combination. Says it doesn't even shake the tractor when it plunges. Worked out nice.
I gotta go bale about 15 flakes and tie a bale off, and then we'll have a full one in the chamber.
That'll work.
Okay, so the drone footage probably wasn't great, but we tried to get some type of visual in the air. I have about 10 flakes left to make a 47 flake bale, or 16 inches left or whatever to make a 92 inch bale. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna steal some of the material from the small square balers and make about a 92 inch bale and tie it off, so that way we can empty the chamber and just have this cleaned out again and be done with it. Because it's okay leaving dry hay in the chamber, probably even over winter. I guess it really wouldn't matter. You probably wouldn't, but at least for a week or so at a time you can leave dry hay in there. But wet hay, I don't really think that's the best idea. So we'll want to make a full bale, that way we can dry it and handles. Probably gonna take a moment in this stinky little windrow, but we're getting there. 71 inches. Alright, we're at 90. And look, it tied off by itself and we're done. That's it. Full bale in there. Might be one flake after that I screwed up, but close enough to clean out.